Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're on Novice once again. Let us ride, let us ride. So, in between episodes, I got a wild hair, and there was a couple things that I wanted to do. And one of them was I got this crazy idea that I wanted to build a wall without walls. So, I came up with this idea right here, which, as you can see, is fairly small for a defensive platform. It is a railgun, two missile turrets, and a Tesla tower in this configuration. And then I spread them out like this, which is the maximum range of a substation. And I thought that this would make a rather effective wall. So I went about the well. Once I got that idea, then I thought, well, where am I going to try this wall out? So then I decided to expand my territory out in this direction. So I took everything from here. This is my old wall, which I've torn down now. Basically went from this lake to this lake. And I took all this territory here, from there to there, with, well, as you can see, I used a few atomic bombs to take most of it. So between the atomic bombs and the spiders, I went around and cleared the area. And then it was a matter of putting in some Roboport coverage, so that's what this is about. And then I started the wall here. This is actually the first wall that I built right here. Wall without a wall. And then, as you can see, it's been a little bit active right over here. And then I installed a artillery piece here so that I could test the wall. And I've quickly learned that it's fine for, like, if I was just to go over here and, like, aggravate some biters and get them to chase me. A small group of biters like this, and I bring them over here. As long as I don't stand in front of the, because I did learn that the railgun turret, it will indiscriminately shoot me right in the face and kill me. But yeah, it's fine for a small group like this. If I was to do this, I just have to remember not to stand in front of the turret there, because it will, if it decides to shoot, it will kill everything in its path. But the rockets take care of most of them, and the railgun doesn't even fire if it doesn't have to. But for a large group, like if I was to fire off the the artillery here, let's take a shot with the artillery piece and see what happens if I do that. I think this is my artillery range finder thingy, and let's drop a couple like right in here. And it takes like 3 shots to take out a... I'm not sure I like that idea. The way they've nerfed the artillery. The artillery used to be so great. But now it takes like 3 shots to kill a base with artillery, which is rather annoying. So yeah, we'll give that a minute for those guys to work their way over here. But this works fine for small groups. But a large group like that, it will actually not work. Oh, actually, I made a mistake here, guys. I'm gonna have to see if I can redirect these guys, maybe. Because, yeah, the last time this happened, they took out my railguns, and although looks like one of them came back. No. Yeah, it's not gonna work too good there because of that. But let me see if I can't get these. Here we go. See if I can't make them, yeah, attack a different place. Oh, my rockets are killing them all too quickly. Here, let's go over here. Well, I kind of thinned them out too much. It works better, I guess. Well, obviously the spiders helped a lot there. That's gonna... There we go. Yeah, it might just be that it doesn't work in that corner situation that I set up there, because it puts all the pressure on the one pinpoint location, like right here. It puts all the pressure on this one turret as they come around that corner, and that might be the problem. Maybe if this guy reached a little farther, maybe that might help, or something like that. Yeah, that might have been just a design flaw in that corner particularly that didn't work. But yeah, it works pretty good if they attack a flat wall like this. So maybe I haven't given completely up on it yet, but it's in the design process still. I might have to put you know what would actually help would be if I put in some dragon's teeth. That would probably make a difference. Maybe that's what I'll do. I wanted to get away from the whole flamethrower idea, mostly because of the hassle of installing flamethrowers, although it's not too bad with the design that I came up with that uses the unbarreling process to get the oil out there. But I mean, it's so much easier to just go around with a bunch of Spidertrons and just clean everything up. Virtually effortless, other than having to click around a little bit and give them a good path to follow. But once they get there, there's really nothing that can stop them. Especially if you give them a couple of repair robots and some repair packs. They take care of everything pretty well. This one over here seems to work pretty good though, in this sort of a tight location. As long as the group's not too big, it works fine. So I'm gonna call it a. It's not 100% successful, but I'm gonna call it a good prototype that's worthy of continued experimentation to get it refined down. So if you have any ideas on how I might make that a bit better with, and I want to do it with as little firepower, as little resources as possible, I guess is the goal of that sort of non-wall wall. If you have ideas for that, let me know in the comments and I'll give it a try. And or if you've tried it yourself and you've got a design, then let me know, and we'll give it a shot. So anyway, but that's where I kind of ended up as far as what I was doing. I got distracted. I don't know why. I just had this urge to go out there and attack biters for some reason. I don't know what got into me. I usually don't do that, but it just kind of overcame me. I was sitting here trying to think of what to do for the episode, and that's what came to mind, and so that's what I started to do. But the original idea that I had, well, actually, this is, my idea kind of morphed and evolved. It started out where I wanted to create a new bus design. I watched a video by another YouTuber, and I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I can't think of who his name is. But he is doing. Oh yeah, it's Bigfoot. Bigfoot. I don't know if you guys have seen Bigfoot, but he does a really cool bus design where he uses walls and concrete, and he follows very strict rules about his bus. And I liked what he said about the layout of the bus, because that's one thing that I always do when I start a bus. Is that although I start with the idea that I want to have a bus and I want to leave plenty of room, I almost immediately forget what I was doing, and I build on both sides of the bus, which becomes a problem, and I don't leave myself enough room on the sides of the bus. And so then I thought, well, in Factorio Space Age, they've changed kind of the needs of the bus. It used to be that, when the whole goal of Factorio 1 was to build the rocket, and just to build the rocket, and that was it. That was kind of the end of the game, and then it was a matter of doing the infinite sciences if you wanted to do that. It was a completely different. I don't want to say it was a different game, but the requirements were different. In the late game, you just needed so much copper to continue. But in this game, it's a bit different because you've got so many different elements. You've got things on all the different planets. And what it does is it effectively reduces the need for a large bus on Novice, in my opinion. Like even now, as you can see, I've got 4 lanes of iron, 4 lanes of copper, which was based on Factorio 1. But I don't think you really need that necessarily. But I do like the idea of a clean bus if you're going to go with the bus system. I like the idea of a clean bus. And something that he also said was to leave space for alternate lanes. Like basically they would be like shortcut lanes, or even reverse lanes that would go backwards down the bus. So something like red circuits, or plastic. Instead of running your plastic all the way out to the edge of the bus and then continuing this way, if you were going to do your plastic and then your red circuits, so you'd have your green circuits here, your plastic here, and then instead of running everything out to the far edge of the bus, just do like a shortcut right here across, um, like in this, basically in this band. I kind of had the idea in this when I built this bus, but I didn't really follow through. I didn't think it through as much as he did. But it would basically use like this area here to move your green circuits and your plastic across here and then into your red circuit build here without the need for crossing the entire bus back and forth. Like the plastic comes all the way across the bus and then crosses all the way back across the bus. So instead of that, you would just use like this kind of buffer area here in between. And if this was wide enough, that it would allow, not only like shortcut buffers, but also like other lanes of items to flow, and also maybe some reverse traffic of things down the bus for things that maybe you forgot about, or maybe something that maybe you wanted to bring your science back and do your science labs on this end of the bus. It would basically be like reserving lanes for your science to reverse its way down the bus, which is kind of a good idea. Something that I've done in the past, that is run my labs on the beginning of the bus with reverse lanes, but I haven't really thought it through all the way. So anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying that that's where I started with my idea for this episode, that I wanted to do that. But then I thought, well, do I really want to redesign my bus again at this late stage in the game when I have, obviously everything is working. I've got plenty of stuff on the bus. I've got more than enough of everything. And besides that, I deliver stuff via my my space platform network, that I'm in really good shape for everything. I could like add speed modules to my rockets, which would basically get them to launch faster in filling my space platforms, but that's an easy thing to do. So then, okay, so I quickly kind of got bored with that idea and then decided, well, what I maybe want to do is redesign my rail network and come up with some real good blueprints for rails. So then I thought, okay, well, I need some space to kind of work on rails. So I cleared this area. As you can see, I cleared all the trees and everything from this area. And once I kind of got my my grid in here, because I wanted to have pileable blueprints that would fit for my rail design. And once I stretched out my grid, I realized that I kind of boxed myself in next to this rail, and I wasn't really going to have the room that I needed to work with, because I have this kind of in my way, this mine's in my way. So that's when I got the idea to expand out into this territory, because now I have, all this room over here that I can work with. And so that's why I did that. And then once I got started with that idea of taking this territory, then I came up with the idea of the wall without a wall. And that basically absorbed all my time developing the wall without a wall. And so then from point A, which was what am I going to do for the episode, to point B being let's do a new bus, to point C being nah, let's do a new rail system, to point D being I don't have enough room to build my rail system, to point E being, well, let's make the wall without a wall, and then point F being back to where we started, where let's get back to the original idea of the rail design. So that's where we are now. I guess we're at point F in the evolution of change here. And yeah, I want to do a new rail design, and I'm going to do it in this area right here. So what I want to do is base it on the substation. That's going to be the Substation is going to be the power sort of grid that I want to work within. So we have to get that laid out first, which means just kind of running along here and doing this, which is so much easier to do now that we have... Oh, wait a minute. Is that one? See, now that didn't work out right. Somewhere along the way, we got messed up here, which means that I have to go through and... Wait, why aren't you going away? There you go. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. These are all good. Okay. Yeah. So what I have to do is take a decon planner, and I want to do trees and rocks only. Now, does that work if I do that? If I do trees and rocks only... Okay, I guess that overrides the filters that I set, which I did not know. Is that true? It seems to be true. So I'm gonna wipe out all the trees and rocks in this area, first of all, which is sort of the way that I like to start a new project anyway, especially if it's something that I'm going to be working on where I need clear space. But it's so annoying to do. Sometimes I'll just take my gas grenades and I'll run around and just kill all the trees, which is kind of my preferred method anyway. But the only thing about that is that the gas grenades end up leaving gaps for some reason. Maybe it's because I move too fast and I don't place them precisely enough. But the whole thing is that I want to have like a clear space to work with where nothing's in my way. Nothing's gonna like prevent me from building or disturb my peace when I'm trying to build rails and things. But I really want to build kind of a complete rail system that will be tileable. It will work good on the grid without interruption and won't need a bunch of resignaling, which is always the issue, because it seems like whenever I build a rail design, I always end up having to resignal chunks of it because I forgot about something. And so it's really something that's going to take some brain power on my part, which is in short supply these days. So it's going to be something that I'm going to be working on. I don't know for sure that I'll get it done in this episode. I kind of doubt it, but at least if I can get a good start on it in this episode, that would be good. So here, all right, now that we have sort of cleared most of this, we're just going to keep going and clear this area here and see if we can't get something that resembles a clear work area, a clean sheet, a clean slate of paper, clean slate, clean yeah, like a blank paper, blank canvas, something like that. A blank, yeah, blank canvas. I think that's the word that I want to use, so that we can get started here and have an idea. And then the other thing is that well, there's two factors that I have to consider. One is that by the time I get started on the project, I will probably have forgotten what I was trying to do. And the other thing is, even if I remember what I was going to do, I'll get distracted by something else and then forget what I was going to do. So either way, I have to kind of deal with that eventuality. And well, there's one lonely tree right there. Not anymore. So these are the things that I have to consider whenever I start a project. Is, am I ever going to really finish it? And am I going to remember what the project was at the start by the time I get to the end? Because it probably won't be. But the other thing is, and I know there's always more other things, but the other thing is that do I really need these blueprints? Because I mean, I just kind of cobbled together this base on the fly. And although I did redesign it and put this new train bus in here, or train stacker and unloading station and everything, where are we headed, and do I really need a new train design? That's the big question. And the answer is I really don't. As far as science goes, I'm doing like 100 and I don't know. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. A little over 100, I think, science per minute. Although it's not showing there, it's showing 0, and that's because of the agricultural science. And I'm in the process of fixing that. I actually made a new mini, which is the agricultural science mini here, and I don't think that it's complete yet, or is it? Let me see. I was waiting for a few parts to come in, but I think we've got them all now. Yeah, we've got our cargo bays. Yeah, okay, I think we're ready to put it into service now. Looks like all the parts are here. And wait, was that? Oh no, wait, I'm waiting for missile silos. Why don't we have missiles, I wonder? Or missile launchers, missile turrets. And let's see, where are missile turrets made? I think they're made here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's put one right here and see. Missile turret is it that one? Rocket turret, yes. What's the ingredients? That takes carbon fiber? Yeah, okay. And possibly the reason is because we're out of carbon fiber. Yeah, and why are we out of carbon fiber? Well, that's why we had to do that's why we had to do the gleba thing. Let's see, gleba to novice. What's your thing? Are you getting carbon fiber for us? You are not. Well, maybe that's part of the problem. You're waiting for that stuff. Wait, hold on. Let's get some carbon fiber before we return. Let's throw some carbon fiber onto the list here. Is that it? Yeah. Let's see. How much can we get? We have 0. 43 on the plant. Okay, well there's some on there, actually. All right, let's send you back to novice, because I need that carbon fiber for the rockets. Now, you should be on your way. So what is going on with carbon fiber at Gleba? Okay, so this is already the distraction that I was expecting. And there it is, right there, carbon fiber. And why are you not even working? You have no carbon. And that's because you have... Why? Why aren't you working? You need salt, which is coming from here. Are you waiting for spoilage? That's your salt. That's your spoilage. That. You need spoilage, which you're getting from there, which isn't... Okay, let's do something like this then for you. So you get spoilage from every possible... Why are you... Okay, you're dumping spoilage also, which is a thing. I really need to reverse these two. Like that. And then... Okay, so... The issue is a lack of spoilage, and besides the fact that I only have the one carbon fiber maker, that's another issue. But we had like a huge supply of it at one point, and I thought, well, maybe we're okay on that. But apparently that is not the truth, and we need more. Now, are we making rocket turrets here? That's the other question, and I think we are. I wonder if we could actually ship rocket turrets out from here. That would be another option. But either way, carbon fiber is going to be the solution to the problem either way. Okay, there. Now it's working, and it just needs more. I could just request some spoilage, because I'm sure that there's plenty of spoilage here to be had. 3,700 spoilage. Yeah, so let's make this like a small request of like 20 spoilage. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. And then, yeah. Okay. So that's that. Fixed. So we're in another one of those spiraling cycles in that we need rocket turrets in order to make this thing happen. I need, what, 10 rocket turrets available on Novice. Let's see. I could probably find 10 rocket turrets that we could send out there. Easy enough. Let's see. Where do I have rocket turrets in supply? I don't guess I really do have any just sitting around not doing anything. I know I have a couple over here, but those are busy with the work of keeping the biter thing at bay. That's another thing that we haven't worked on at all is making the biter nest thingies. Yeah, I haven't even messed with that recipe yet. That's something else that I might consider at some point, but not right now. Let's see, rockets. I don't guess I have any rockets that I could just send up there onto that platform. Oh, wait a minute. I do have some on a... I think this platform has an abundance of them. Where are you? Yeah, you have... No, those are Tesla turrets. What's that? Oh, that's portable fusion reactors. No, you don't. Well, never mind. I don't know where they are. Somewhere I do have some, but it's not there. But anyway, that's going to lead us to this point here, where I'm going to say that, where are we? We're working right over here on clearing this area. Yeah, I think I'm going to clear this area right here and work on those, the rail thing, in between episodes, and then I'll come back tomorrow with a report on my new rail design. I think that's a better way to do it. So for now, I'm going to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this rambling episode of Confusion, and we'll be back tomorrow with more confusion and hopefully some progress. But we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.